Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's your boy, Chris, and I'm out here today in the park. I had to go do some grocery shopping. Pick me up some herring, some water, some oatmeal. Right, eating to live, not living to eat. And I wanted to drop by today and drop a video on you. Hopefully, it may inspire you a little bit. Um, you know, how can I say this? How can I make this have some meaning? Because now, also remember, I do a lot of this off the cuff, right? I come up with an idea, and then I wait till I can find a place that I can just lay down what it is that I'm trying to say. So don't be too critical. All right. Okay. You ever notice how people, or you can talk to some people, and they're so stuck in their ways, right? So stuck in their ways, and they don't want to hear any other point of view, any other idea. It is what it is, and that's how it's going to be for them. I get that. I respect that. We all should. I remember one time I was telling my mom something, my mommy, and she's 89 years old, and she said, "Baby, listen, this is what my mama knew, this is what my mama taught me, and baby, I'm too old to learn anything else." And I said, you know what, that's fair, that's really fair. For me, though, I do want to learn other things. I don't really want to have that attitude. I just don't think you can evolve that way. That's the way I feel. Don't kill me. So anyway, I know that I talk to certain people, whether it be in their political views or their religious views, they're just stuck, right? And that's just the way it is. Whether it's right or whether it's wrong, it doesn't matter to them. It's just that. And I couldn't figure out what that really was, right? That really was. Because I'm saying that if you keep doing the same thing or thinking the same way and nothing ever changes, then, is your thinking right or is it wrong? I just don't know. I do know that your thoughts create your reality. So that has to take us back to that point of, is your thinking changing your reality or the reality of others? Well, I'm a published author, and I wrote a book called Dream So Big, and I remember using this allegory in one of my chapters, and it came to me last night, right? And I said, oh man, I want to drop this with my fam. Anyway, it's the allegory of Plato's cave, and it gave me a lot of understanding of what and why people are the way they are, and I want to share that with you today. You ready? You ready? All right, here we go. There was 3 people that were chained in a cave, right? Their feet was chained, arms were chained, and their head was affixed to something that didn't allow them to look either to the left or to the right, but straight ahead. And straight ahead was a wall, okay? Behind them was a wall, okay? Just enough for someone to walk behind it and not be seen. And behind them was a fire, a big fire. Now, this allegory was written by Plato hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but I still think it's relevant today. So here's this glowing fire, and the people that are walking across the wall has puppets, and the images of those puppets are shown on the wall in front of the people that are affixed and never moved. And they're down there for years, right? For years. So people walking by with the sticks of the characters, they're also talking. Man, you hear that ice cream truck? I swear to God, let me tell you what programming does. I want to jump up so bad and say, "Mama, the ice cream man!" But I can't do that. Now, anyway, back to the story. So they're back there telling a story to the people that are affixed, a sight on the wall. So all they ever know is what's being told to them and what's being shown on the wall. So that becomes their reality, right? Year after year after year, right? Year after, they're comfortable. They eat, sleep, hear the voices, the story. That becomes their reality, right? The fire is their sun. The characters that are on the wall are real people. It's just the way it is, how we are. One day, somebody goes down and says, let's free one of them, right? And they say, okay, so they go to the left, it's Willie. So they take Willie. Willie's like, what you doing? They start dragging Willie out. Willie starts screaming, right? Because this can't be right. This is wrong. This is wrong. The people are telling him, no, listen, man, it's been an experiment. No, we're going to free you. He's screaming like hell. The two others to his right, sitting there like scared as all out, right? Damn, Willie finna get up, right? The other guy's talking about, oh my God, poor Willie. Willie's screaming, squalling. As they take him out, they say, see what I'm talking about? This is a fire. This is a fire, and these are people that are doing this to you. Willie was so conditioned, he couldn't see the fire. It blinded him. He was like, no, that doesn't even exist. And the people saying, yes, it does. Yes, it does. Let me show you something else. They start dragging him up out of the cave. Willie really squalling now, because this is totally out of his wheelhouse, right? Totally out of his wheelhouse. As they bring him up, the real sun hits him and blinds him. Not physically for a long term, but blinds him. You know how we come out of the dark, what happens, right? It blinds him. They say, look, this is the sun. These are real people or whatever. Willie couldn't see anything. He couldn't see it. It didn't register in his mind this reality that he's seeing. The reality which is truer than the one that he was in. Yet, that was his reality, right? Did not want to change. He had to be forced. As his eyes got accustomed to the sun, and things start becoming a little clearer to him, his brain started to activate and go, wait a minute, yeah, oh wow, wait, that's the sun? Yeah, that's people? That's the people? And it's like, yeah. Willie was shocked, right? Willie was shocked. Willie was like, damn, all this time? He said, yeah. He said, well, I want to go down and free my brothers. They said, okay, because, experiment over and everything. You know what's up. Let's go. He started going down. Now, as he came from the sun back to the darkness of the cave, his eyes had to adjust, and once again, he was blind. So he continued to walk down. He started talking to his friends, yo, such and such. And his friends was like, yo, Willie, dude, what's up, man? You all right? We heard you. I know they were killing you. You still alive? They was like, yeah, man, you need to come up and see what he said. Oh, no. They was like, oh, no. We heard what you was going through. And we are too afraid to leave where we are comfortable where we at, Willie. We don't want to go with you. He said, but you don't understand. All of this is a facade. All of this is false imagery. He said, I don't know what that means, false imagery. What I do know is this is what we're comfortable with. This is our reality. We don't want to go. And Willie was hurt. Willie was like, damn, man, I'm about to set you free. And we don't want to go. We like it right here. We're comfortable. We heard you screaming, but I was screaming because I didn't know what was going on. Well, we don't want to go through that. Point of the fact is this. Just because you're used to something and someone telling you every day, all your life, doesn't always make it the truth, man. And you have to be able to venture out of your cave at some particular point in time in your life and ask questions and ask to see the real sun, And so now I understand why a lot of people are stuck where they are and they don't move. I never want to be that way. And I don't want you to be that way. There's trillions and billions of books out there. Information that you can dial into with a point of your finger. It's on you. Either you want to come up out that cave or you want to stay in it. It's always been and will always be your choice. Okay, this is your boy Chris. I hope that ignited some sort of something in you. It did for me. And remember, you're going to be all right.